Hello, everyone, to a new episode of F1 Nitro. This week we were at Britain, also known as Silverstone. Um, I was not looking forward to this race. I'm usually pretty terrible here. Um, just went for balanced again this week because it's a one-stop race no matter what you do. So, yeah. Not much to talk about strategy yet here because it's a simple soft to whatever. And right here, just checking the weather, and we do have a dry race. And right here is my best qualifying lap, and it was right at the end too. Um, but typically I struggle here bad. So my biggest issue here is definitely overheating my tires. Yeah, that's like the biggest issue for me, period, in F1 2020. Just overheating my tires, and it just makes you so much slower. And I'm not sure how you keep them down without losing speed. Because in F1 2019, I was so much faster, and I was like, I won a ton of races, and then we came on 2020, and like I can barely get podiums now. So like I don't get what changed so much. So, um, my lap here was actually pretty good. I was after these S's, I was like, oh my god, I have a good lap going. What's going on? And I wasn't sure where we were gonna end up here. I knew it was gonna be pretty decent. Right now I'm fifth, but everyone's going out on laps right now, so everyone's gonna be running better laps. So I was like, oh dear, I'm gonna get a good lap, but everyone behind me is gonna get better. So, but right here I end up fourth, only a 2/10 off the pole, but Jay also jumped me, and Gail got the pole, which is his first pole ever. And then right here, we're seeing what I'm doing on strategy. So actually, I'm doing something different than everyone else. Most people did like the softs to mediums or mediums to softs. I did softs to hards because I don't trust myself with tire temps. But here we go on the start. I actually get a nice jump on Jay. And going to turn one. I can't see his arrow, but I know he's there. And I'm like really nervous going into this turn because I can't see him, but he's there. I pinch him pretty hard, I think, and I actually clear him going to turn 5. I think it is this one. And then we're able to settle into fourth here for a bit. And now we're going to jump up pretty soon. But just, I was happy with this start because I was like, oh, okay, this race might not be terrible. So, I mean, after a few turns, everything kind of settles down. And Gale got away well, but eventually he got passed. And he actually fell to third, but he eventually gets second back. And right here, Bacon's able to pass Jay behind me, and that was a little concerning because usually Bacon is faster than me in this game. And a couple laps later, Bacon is here, and he's got some DRS. So he didn't get me here, so I was surprised. But I'm not really sure what happens here because he gets me off this turn, so I don't know what I messed up. Actually, I went wide. That's where I messed up. And then he gets a run, and I just let him go and have to settle in here. And we're gonna jump a little further now. So this is lap 8. I don't think they know I'm pitting this early, so I'm surprising a lot of people right here. But Jay's been stuck behind me ever since, and he's getting really frustrated at this point. And right here, he's got DRS, and he's got a huge run. But I know I'm pitting, so I have to go to the inside here. And he's able to get outside. He pinches me really hard, and then he gets a time penalty. I'm not really sure whose fault it is, but here I come into the pits, and I speed. I guess I went like 40. So that really sucked, to say the least. I was like, oh, now the race is over. Completely done and going to get a terrible finish. But we're jumping a few laps after my hards, and everyone else is starting to pit now. So I'm curious to see where the undercut ends up. And the undercut ended up being pretty good, surprisingly. I didn't think the hards would jump people that hard, because usually it takes like 5 laps for them to come in. So I was surprised. At this point, I was like, man, 2.3 seconds after 2 laps? That's pretty good. So, yeah, I was just watching the gap to see how I guess, pace difference is going to be at this point. And surprisingly, I was actually gained a few more tenths coming through here. And I think it's only because of cold tires. But about 5 laps later, Jay's here right on my bumper. So the mediums were definitely faster, but I just couldn't trust myself with tire temps with mediums. So I went on hards because I struggle with it so bad. But Jay's going to take a look, and he's able to get inside of me. And I try to fight back here, but I just can't hold it. I got on the curb and made my car really upset, so I had to let him go. But we're going to jump to like a lap or so later here in a second, and something crazy is going to happen. And here we are. So going through 5 and 6, and I get a time penalty because I'm a clown. So I'm like, oh man, my race is really screwed at this point. But now we're coming lap 20, going to come to the S's here. Jay's starting to pull away. And I don't know what happens to Jay, but he completely bends it. And he goes sliding across the track. He didn't really know what happened. If you notice behind me, Outbreak, my teammate, is on softs, and he is coming on me fast. So at this point, I already knew when he caught me. 1 lap later here, I was just going to let him go. So I actually kind of pull off here and just let him go and see if he can make something happen. But at this point, I'm just like, all right, I have 8 seconds of time penalties and Jay has 6. I just got to make sure I have 2 seconds between us when it's 8 seconds. So I felt pretty good at this point, and we're just coming to the last lap here. And I'm currently in 6, and I just can't believe, after all the mistakes I made, the time penalty and the speeding in the pit road, I'm gonna finish literally where I should have, I think. It's pretty crazy how it works out like that sometimes. And we've been having a pretty good streak of finishes here. The last 9 races in F1, and my worst finish is 6th. So, yeah, I guess this is a bad race for me lately. So, yeah, we're going to cross the line here in 6th, and we do finish 6th after time penalties are applied. And next week is Hungary. I'm looking forward to that, because I've done like 6 races there, and I have finished 2nd every time. It's a little frustrating, but I got good pace there. And this race was pretty good. This was more like a sort of survival race for me. So I'll take a 6 any day of the week here, because I'm pretty terrible at this track. So we're just going to jump into the finishing order so you can see where everyone finished, and end the video there pretty much. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.